is.
I mean, I feel like I know you like a brother because I've seen you and been over to your facility, and you've been here at QVC so much. But first time on the air with you. Nice to have you here.
Thank you very much.
This is something very special. We're talking about the Black Angus flat iron steak. Your dad taught me a good while ago that this is called the butcher steak.
This is called the butcher steak. It's actually the steak that he used to bring home to me every single night. And it's called that butcher steak because you just won't see it out there in the supermarkets. It's the steak the butcher used to always take home for himself and still does today.
Exactly, because there is a limited quantity of this available. So it's really important to get yours when you see it. We're talking about the Rastelli Market Fresh 16 6-ounce Black Angus flat iron steaks. These are incredibly tender. Now, if you've ever had or purchased a flat iron steak from the supermarket, yours are cut and trimmed very differently. Is that right?
They are. So totally super trim, David, and that's really what I want to show you. So you'll see a lot of marbling or white intermuscular flecks or fat actually running through that steak.
We'll hold this way so
Absolutely.
you can see that. So you're going to see a lot of marbling. You're going to see the little white streaks in there.
And
Don't let that make you nervous.
You're right. And a lot of people say to me, Ray, that there's so much fat in that steak, I don't want to eat that. But that's going to cook away, as you know,
right.
And really is what's going to leave that ultimately super buttery steak. So
you come away with this unbelievable, tender, buttery, juicy, melt in your mouth steak that is so incredible and really so rare and hard to find. They call it the butcher steak because the butcher saves this steak for himself.
That's right.
And his family.
That's right.
Ray III here remembers when his dad, Ray Jr., would bring these home, right?
Absolutely.
And now, is your little boy Ray IV?
He is, yes. He's 3 years old and home watching right now, I believe.
Now, he's on solid food at 3, right?
He is. He loves meat. He loves meatballs, burgers, and loves steak. Absolutely.
Like he had a choice. Come on.
He does not have a choice.
He's a Rastelli. All right, so we only have 1,300 sets of these to go around. Wow. This Easy Bay goes away end of day today, and there is no auto delivery on these. Why? Because the Black Angus flat iron steak is hard to come by. There are very few of these, okay? So that's why the butcher typically saves them for himself. This is why you're going to really enjoy this great buy on QVC today. Now, these will last in our freezer without any flavor or tenderness loss for about a year, is that right?
Yeah, 18 months, but I don't think they'll last that long once you get them at home.
Not at all. They come along with some of your seasoning, is that right?
They absolutely do. They come out with our Rastelli signature steak seasoning.
Got it right here.
And David, the most important thing about this steak, I'm actually going to show you in the raw form just because I think it's a little easier. When you cook this steak, when you're cutting it,
yeah.
The natural tendency is to take this sirloin steak, if we could kind of show you here, and cut it down like you would a flat iron steak, and cut it like you would our sirloin.
Sure.
But you don't want to do that. You actually want to cut it on the length of the steak, on the long, against the grain. That's what's going to make it eat like a buttery, tasteful flat iron steak, and what you're going to try there.
All right, you bet. Here we go. Coming back. Oh, wow, Ray. Come on. That's crazy.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Now only 1,000 left to go around. These are going quickly. This is a steak that you don't see very often because it is they're limited in their quantity. And when we can bring them in, they are so fantastic. Don't miss out on these. 4 easy payments on these. They cook up so beautifully as well and thaw very quickly, don't they?
They really do. You know, you could put these in cold water, really run them under cold water for about 15 to 20 minutes, and they'll thaw perfectly for you. Or just stick them in your refrigerator the night before you're going to go on.
I mean, come on, look at that.
Yeah, I mean, it's
juicy and tender, and this flat iron steak is something that is so very special and rare. When you come across it, you want to enjoy it. And when it's Rastelli, you know it's going to be trimmed beautifully. It's going to be perfect.
Thank you.
You're going to get that buttery, delicious, juicy flavor that is so perfect. Now fewer than 900 remain. Every time I update you, another 100 fly out the door. These are the steaks that you reach for time and time again. And the price on these is phenomenal because remember, this is a rare steak. This is one that you don't find many of. And because the butchers have taken them all. This is M55349. And cook this one up, grill it your favorite way, however you choose to prepare it. We've done some things around the table, steak and eggs.
We have. The steak can go a really long way. So steak and eggs, purely steak and potatoes. You could do it as a fajita. Sandwich steak, it's one of my favorite things here in Philadelphia, but why take just cheesesteak meat? Why don't you use a flat iron, slice it down real thin, and make a cheesesteak out of it?
Oh, man.
A little risotto, or just as a steak. It's
got a
great
beautiful way, a variety of ways to do this.
That's right.
Comes along with some great seasoning. These also will, these are now half gone, sir.
Terrific.
I will tell you also that these are so very tender. If you marinate these, don't marinate them long because this is a very tender steak. And what you don't want to do is lose the texture.
No, you don't.
So if you have, a highly acidic marinade, which most are, just marinate this for a short time.
Yes.
I'd probably marinate for about half an hour and then get it right on the grill.
That's a great tip.
Yeah, because otherwise I think it gets a little too soft. This is M55349. We started with how many? 1,400. I have 500 remaining.
Wow.
These are so special. I think everybody understands a flat iron steak is something you don't come across very often.
And it's Black Angus. So
and this is Black Angus. Tell us the Black Angus difference.
Really, the difference in Black Angus is just what I showed you on that raw portion there is, excuse me, here, the amount of marbling. It's consistently going to deliver a highly marbled steak compared to...
And you know what marbling equals? Flavor.
Yes.
Okay?
It absolutely.
Because when the flavor renders down, the steak absorbs all that flavor.
You're exactly right.
So when the marbling melts away, the steak kind of absorbs
like butter.
Flavor. Yes.
It's like butter.
Come on.
It is.
This is what it's all about. We started with 1,400. 300 remaining. You should also know the Rastelli tradition has been in business for over 41 years. Your dad started this business.
He is. We're very proud of that and very proud of him.
And there are many generations of Rastellis involved with this great family business. I have been to their facility. It is extraordinary. You will not find a cleaner facility, in my opinion, anywhere in the country.
Thank you.
It really is phenomenal. And they have such a commitment to their employees, to the family tradition.
They are. Their employees are a family. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yes,
and so this is something very special. The flat iron steak is something that is so rare. Get yours now while you can. Started with 1,400. 200 left, limited quantities. If you're on the line, stay there. We're going to actually, this just sold out, my friend.
Wow, terrific.
So all gone.
Thank you.
Give your family our best.
I will.
Understand there's a new baby girl in your house.
There is, yes. She's just 6 weeks old.
And her name is?
Melania.
Melania.
Yes.
You tell her, well, I'm sure she won't understand if Uncle David says hello, but give her a hug for me,
I will.
Okay?
Thank you so much.
That's fantastic.
Thank you.
We're going to take a short break. When we come back, your final look at today's special value during this show, and a whole lot more happening on QVC today, so don't move a muscle. It's Copper Chef time. We're back in moments. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you so much.
Nice to have you here.
QVC is headed to Hollywood for the Emmy Awards, but the award goes to you if you're the winner of our red carpet sweepstakes. Visit QVC.com to enter from September 10th through the 23rd. You could win $25,000 in celebration of our red carpet style event, live from Los Angeles, September 18th from 8 p.m. to midnight Eastern. The maker movement makes its way to the Q as crafting returns to QVC2. Watch for the premiere of the Crafter's Edge fabric and paper cutting system, and then make it crafty with some of the leading names in crafting today. Make it easy, make it snappy, make it yourself with the help of Crafting on Q. It all starts tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern on QVC2. Westmore Beauty. The first family of Hollywood beauty is ready for you, bringing you special effects makeup that gives you red carpet glamour with a natural look that lasts. Don't miss Westmore Beauty Red Carpet Ready. Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern on Beauty IQ and Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern on QVC.
All right, it's time for a final look at today's special value during In the Kitchen with David today, and we're talking about induction cooking and America's favorite cookware. We're talking about Copper Chef.